Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Muslim Daily Reminder. Your Iman is growing. But how can we really know? Not with words, not with what you say, but with what you feel. When no one is looking at you. With what's going on in your heart. When the world goes silent. There are signs, subtle, invisible to others, but clear to you. Profound transformations. New reactions. As if your soul began to walk on its own in a different direction. These are not just emotions. These are proofs, silent indicators that your connection with the divine is becoming more real, more stable, more rooted. In this video, we will explore 3 powerful signs that your Iman is getting stronger. And be careful, these are not superficial things. These are inner realities that transform your behavior, your perception, and your relationship with the world. Before you continue, ask yourself this question. Am I where I was a year ago? Or do I sense a silent evolution within me? Write it to me in the comments, even in one sentence. Now breathe, slow down, listen. Because if you feel what I'm about to describe, so you are closer to Allah than you thought. 1. You feel a weight after every sin. There comes a moment in a believer's life when everything changes. It's not spectacular. It's not loud. It's intimate. It's quiet. And yet, it's one of the most powerful signs that your Iman is growing. It's that moment when you can no longer sin without feeling something inside you shatter. Before, you could make a mistake, even a serious one, and go about your day as if nothing had happened. A laugh, a distraction, an excuse. Your heart remained cold, your thoughts occupied elsewhere. Sin passed like a breeze. Today, no. All it takes is one harsh word, a glance placed where it shouldn't have been, a forgetfulness in a prayer, and you no longer find peace. This isn't a sadness like any other. It's not social shame. It's not regret at having been seen. It's deeper. It's as if your own heart were silently screaming, "This isn't you. You don't want this. You weren't created for this." It's a strange pain, sweet and bitter at the same time. It doesn't destroy, it builds, it stops you, it forces you to face it. This weight isn't there to make you fall, but to lift you up. It's a sign that something inside you is alive, that your heart is no longer asleep, that your conscience is no longer numb. You can't run away anymore because you're now witnessing yourself. And this witness is your soul. It speaks to you, it questions you, it awakens you. It says to you, you're worth better than this, you know better than this, you can do better than this. And that's where the real fight begins. Not against people, not against the outside world, against yourself. Because when your Iman grows, sin doesn't become impossible, it becomes unbearable. You can still fall, yeah, but you can't stay down anymore. You can't live in sin like before. It suffocates you, it burns you, it makes you a stranger to yourself. And if you feel this way, don't think you're weak. No, it's the opposite. It's a rare spiritual strength. For only sensitive hearts hear this inner cry. Only awakened souls feel this bitterness after a mistake. The weight of sin is actually a hidden light, proof that you're moving forward, proof that you want to be better. And you know what's most powerful? No one sees it, no one knows it, no one understands it. But you live it, you carry it. You sometimes cry silently. You ask for forgiveness without anyone knowing what you did. You move away from a behavior without anyone understanding why. And that is true elevation, because your connection with the divine begins there, in the intimacy of your struggle, in the sincerity of your regret, in the depth of your return. So if after a sin you feel this pang, this discomfort, this heaviness, don't push it away. Welcome it. It is your friend. It is your reminder. It is the mirror of your Iman. For a heart that bleeds after sin is a heart that heals. 2. You find taste in worship. There comes a time when everything changes. Not around you, no. In you, the same carpet, the same place, the same gestures. But this time of night, something lights up in the silence. Prayer no longer seems like a duty. It becomes a calling, a long-awaited meeting with the one who knows you better than yourself. And you feel a sweetness. Inexplicable, silent, supernatural. You're starting to understand. Worship is not a burden. It is a deliverance. It's the rain your heart has been waiting for. It's the shadow when life burns. You no longer run away from screens, voices, or distractions. You flee to peace, to the one who gives meaning to your emptiness. The taste of worship is like nothing else. It is neither a noisy jar nor a quick ecstasy. It's a deep taste, like honey on a tongue that hasn't tasted anything in days. It's a discreet warmth, like the sun gently entering through a window that has been closed for too long. The heart no longer wants to flee. He wants to stay. He wants to linger. He wants to taste again. Each word of an invocation becomes a drop of water on dry land. Each prostration becomes a return to the origin. Each fast becomes a purification of the bases of thought, of desire. You're not pretending anymore. You no longer wait to be imposed on. You are the one who seeks. You are the one who wants. You are the one who returns. And when adoration becomes taste, you find yourself smiling, lone in your silence. To cry for no obvious reason. To marvel at a simple subhanallah slip between two breaths. There is something great in simplicity, a secret that only those who taste it can understand. When your iman grows, acts of worship are no longer painful stairs. They become wings. You don't climb anymore. You fly. Even when you're tired, you pray. Even when you are hungry, you fast. Even when distracted, you refocus, because your soul recognizes its food. And if you happen to miss a moment of worship, it's not guilt that's eating away at you. It's nostalgia. You feel the absence as you feel the absence of a loved one. You understand that praying is not about moving your body, it's resting your heart. You realize that dhikr is not repetition, it's a liberation. You know that fasting is not deprivation, it is an elevation, and that taste you feel, this is the greatest gift your imam could give you. 3. You cope better with challenges, you're still in pain. But this is different. Before, pain would turn you off. Now, it lights you up. Before, a small storm was enough to sink you. Now, even if the waves hit hard, you float. You didn't turn to stone. You still feel every blow of life. But deep inside you, there is a foundation, a root, a light that nothing can tear away. You no longer cry out to chaos. You listen to the silence. And you hear a wisdom there that goes beyond your complaints. This is the maturity of faith, that subtle moment when trial no longer destroys, it builds. You're falling again, yes, but you fall into the arms of your Lord, not into despair. You're still crying, yes, but your tears wash your heart, they no longer flood it. You doubt sometimes, but even in doubt, you keep a thread of confidence, an invisible but unbreakable thread. There is nobility in one who endures without losing hope. There is a light in the eyes of one who suffers, but continues to walk. This is the light of Iman, not noisy, not spectacular, but constant. Before you ask this question, why me? Why this pain? Why this injustice? Now your heart asks for something else. What do you want me to understand? What do you want me to purify? What do you expect of me? And that's where everything changes. You see, trials are not walls, they are bridges. Bridges to versions of yourself you would never have discovered without falling. Every loss taught you something. Every rejection redirected you. Every weight has educated you. Your imam gave you a different vision. You no longer see pain as punishment. You see it as a polish, as a forge, as a call to rise higher. And the most impressive thing is that you start to smile right in the middle of the ordeal. Not because you're naive, but because you understood. Everything that comes from above, even if it is heavy, is there to lift you up. You no longer want to run away from the ordeal. You want to emerge from it transformed. And that is a force the world cannot understand. People sometimes ask you how you stay calm. How do you manage not to explode? You smile, you look down, and you know it's not you. This is your Iman. It is that discrete connection between your heart and the one who controls everything. This stability cannot be bought. It must be built, day after day, prayer after prayer, silence after silence, and above all, trial after trial. You see, when your Iman grows, it doesn't make any noise. You don't suddenly shine, you don't become perfect. But something changes in the way you live, feel, react. You feel bad after a mistake. You find taste in worship. You stand tall, even when everything inside you wants to fall. That's real strength. That's real transformation. Not spectacular, but solid. Not visible to the eyes of the world, but firmly anchored between you and your Creator. And if you recognize yourself in one of these signs, even a little, so congratulate yourself, not with pride, but with gratitude, because your heart is being purified. And that is the greatest gift you can receive in this world. Now tell me in the comments, which of these three signs are you feeling the most right now? And if none of them speak to you yet, which one would you like to develop within yourself? Share this video with someone who is silently struggling with their faith. They may not need advice, just a reminder like this, to get back up. And if this message touched you, save this video. You might need it one day when your heart feels empty.